I know that I have said this before, but it's always, I always said it, present me screws over future me. Because present me ain't gotta do jack. Future me has to do a lot. Well, present me, the past, didn't want to get gas on my brain's going blank, on Saturday. So now I really gotta get gas. So now basically on the way home I gotta stop and get gas and trying to go, and I couldn't. Just makes it to where makes it longer I gotta get home. I could have taken care of all this by just doing it on Saturday when I was at the grocery store, but I was like, yeah, I don't want to get gas right now. But that's okay. Today, back from Thanksgiving holiday, I basically didn't want to do anything. I don't think anybody does. After a long break, it's very difficult to actually want to work. But I made myself, and now I'm actually getting things done, understanding stuff more. It's just taking so very long. I've got a subscription to this thing called Plural Sites. It's kind of like a teaching site that shows videos, stuff like that. And I'm trying to get more, understand the back end of how MVC and Razor Pages and jQuery and how all this works together in Visual Studio. There's this guy, Sean something, that has a course, and it's really good. But there's a problem with that type of stuff. If you're in college and you sit down, I can listen to anybody for an hour. I can sit through these meetings that are an hour long, no problem. Now when you have these meetings that go more than that, I have issues. And now I'm trying to watch basically a guy, like a college professor, talk about programming, which is not a very exciting topic to begin with. I really enjoy it, but it's very dry, and it's very boring, and it's not a good thing when you're already coming back from a long break and you're trying to sit to this video. And it's something I was like, well, it can't be that bad. How long is it? It's like 12 hours long. And it is broken down into different modules, but each module is like an hour. And it's like, okay, let's set up views and controllers and modules and all these other things up. Okay, cool, that's an hour. Then you're going into Razor Pages. Well, actually, that's all within the modules and controllers. But it's, oh man, you start getting into it, and and this is not like a basic intro course. This is okay, you're a programmer. Okay, you understand all these concepts. You understand what JavaScript is. You know how to. You're already a JavaScript programmer. You already know what a jQuery is. You already know what these things are, and you may have used them in other languages. This is how you do it in Visual Studio. So it's not something I can like kind of go, okay, yeah. You sit there and he's doing this is how you build a basic page, and then he's going that pretty quick, and then he's going, okay, now this is how we do it this way, and this is how we can. And it's just a constant stacking of information on top of each other, and it's really good. I like it that way because you don't have to sit through, like if you're in college, really a 6-hour video would be what an entire course would be in college. That's how fast this is going. And like a 6-hour video, this content would honestly be a 6-month course in most of the colleges. It'd probably be a 4 credit hour course, a pretty robust one. But I'm almost at the gas station, so get me some gas. Gosh, that sun is bright, and I will be heading home. I'm tired of turkey, so I'm not eating turkey tonight. After Thanksgiving, I don't want any more stuffing, I don't want mashed potatoes, and I do not want turkey. So, let's see what I got at the house to fix. There's this guy on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel called John's Arcade. If you are in the arcade collecting or restoration, or just even just like to watch things about retro arcade games, you've probably heard about him. And I need to stop watching his channel because it makes me get more and more and more want to get to collect these things. Hey, Chloe. Right now he's doing a tour of Galloping Ghost Arcade with the owner, Doc Mack. Thor snorts and everything. A lot. Ain't that right, buddy? But he's been going through this, and I've been seeing a lot of video games that I forgot about. I'm like, oh my god, I played that, and I loved it when I was growing up. And I don't have a lot of room in my arcade. But I'm thinking about reorganizing things and putting things in different orders and stuff like that to try to squeeze a little bit more into it. If I can do that, awesome. If I can't, not so awesome. Thor, what are you doing? But, got a cup of coffee, it's decaf. And Thor is, I guess what you call a bull in a china shop. He doesn't care what's there. He is just going to go straight through, and he doesn't care what he steps on. As long as it's not going to hurt his paw, he's going to step on it or knock it over or whatever, just to get where he wants. Chloe's more dainty. She'll go around things. Thor's like, nah, I want to be there. I'm going to go in a straight line. So when you have something in the floor, pick it up, or he's going to knock it over. But reorganizing my arcade, I'm trying to think about what to do and how to do it. And, I'm getting ideas from the way this guy did his. So what I'm thinking about doing is like taking all these and basically going that way, putting this against that wall. If I put that against that wall, I can have basically have one game facing you this way, a game facing that way, those two back to back, and the back wall. So I could have the equivalent of 3 rows, like one row going that way, and then there's the row this way, and there's another row you facing that way. So basically, the back, say, with that tube machine setting, there'd be another machine. You could literally, if you're standing playing tube and you got done that, you could turn around and you could play a game this way. And then on the back of that machine, there'd be one that you could walk around and play this way, if that makes sense. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm not sure how many more games that would put in there for me, but it might. But the problem is, I don't think the wife would like it if I did that, because literally I would have games basically all the way to the end of where this machine, with my skee ball machine sitting. That'd just be a line of games right there. And basically, to get through this room, you would have to walk straight that way and then down, and then you could get out. But yeah, that's my idea. I could fit I think it let me fit more games in there. Well, I know it would. I'm just not sure if I want to pack. Well, one, I couldn't power all of them. That'd be one major issue. I'd have to have like sections of games I could power at one time. Because right now, I have these 5 machines are in there. They're on one circuit. These 3 here are plugged in to that power strip, which is plugged in over there. And this room here is on a separate breaker than that room. So, sorry, hit my stop recording button. So that room and this room are separate breakers. That way, I'm not actually I'm not overloading it. And when you think about it, like, well, what do you mean? Well, how would you overload it? Well, say it's a 15 or 20 amp circuit, and each of these machines are pulling a bit of amperage. So what you want, so like my big issue is like when I turn them on, that's 5 machines with that big draw coming, and I could overload the circuit really during my turn them on. So I'm probably going to do is actually break them up into like these 3 on one power strip and those 2 on another, so that I can't turn them all 5 on at one time. I'm not even sure how good that is for the machines. So yeah, like these three here, the Rampage, Frogger, Exciteback, those 3 on at one time's okay. I believe the Revolution X, Neo Geo, and the Skee Ball, or put the Skee Ball with the Hang Time and Tubin, doesn't, I mean, whichever it is. But the whole issue is just trying to get all that stuff organized and exactly how I want to do it. I really enjoy it. I love my arcade. I'd love to be able to fit a few more games in. And there's a few games I'm actually wanting to pick up if I can get them for a good price. These things are expensive. People are wanting. I mean, it's like, okay, I'll give a prime example. Excite back there. That is a Nintendo game. That's a Nintendo versus Unisystems, they call that. That game, normally, people want to sell for $1,200. I did not pay $1,200 for that game. I bought that, Frogger, and Rampage for less than what most people want to charge for that game by itself. So that kind of gives you an idea of the prices people are charging. And there's my son's Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, this is like I said, John's Arcade, Galloping Ghost Arcade Tour. I am an hour and 7 minutes into a hour and basically 50-minute video. Yeah. Every time I watch his videos, stuff like tours and stuff like that, makes me want to buy more machines. And I had to pass up on a lot of stuff because I ain't paying the price for it. Stuff's way too expensive, and I mean, most of these things, $300 is around my max anymore. I mean, there's things I paid more than that, but most of them, if you average it out, I'm paid less than $300 per machine. Probably closer to 200. Some of them I've gotten really cheap, but now if you add all of the stuff that's in that together, I have quite a few boards in that. Actually, they're not in them right now, but I have plans to put 6 boards in that, and that, by the end of it, will be the most expensive machine because it's actually like 6 video games in one. It's the original PCBs and everything, but that's one thing I'm trying to do. I want to actually get machines that I can put more than just one game in. So that kind of helps you with your arcade. It's like, oh, I want to have I want to have NBA Jam, and I want to have Turtles and Simpsons and X-Men and Bucky O'Hara and Sunset Riders. Okay, well, those are all 4-player games. How many of those 4-player machines do you think you could put in this room? Not many. So it's better if I have, because it'd be cool if I could have I could have people behind me playing Simpsons while I'm playing Turtles, while some other 4 other people are playing X-Men. But the number of times that's going to happen is kind of rare. So what I'm actually doing, so if I put them all in one machine, if I have 4 friends over, or
if my son has some friends over when he gets older, right now, most of the kids his age aren't going to want to play those type of games. But if I can get people over to play them, I think they would really enjoy being able to go, okay, we're playing all four of them together. Play, hey, let's play Turtles. Play that. It's like, hey, let's play X-Men or whatever. And once I get all those boards and the 6-in-1 switcher and I make the custom wiring harness, yeah, it's a lot of work. But I think it's gonna be worth it. And I know people are thinking, man, he spends an awful lot of money on that stuff. You gotta understand something. This is my hobby. I love video games. I mean, video games like in general. I mean, like, if you look here, I've got my PS4, my Switch, my Xbox One, Wii U, my 360. Down there, I got two NESs, my Sega Genesis. That's the SNES Classic. Anything else down there? No. I got a PS2 up there. I got a CRT, an old CRT TV sitting there. Then I have like my Switch games, and like there's my wife's candles she bought. But I've got like 360 games up there. I've got 3DS games up there, Vita games, Xbox One, PS4 games. So yeah, video games are my hobby, and I spend. Yes, everybody's like, yeah, I do spend a bit of money on it, but a lot of people I talk to is like with cars, or they have like that like to repair cars, or they like at Magic the Gathering, and it's like, oh, how much do you spend on Magic cards? Okay, well, they're like, well, a new set comes out every 3 months, and they spend about $80 to $100 on a box, and then they buy extra stuff, and then they buy other cards, and I'm like, how much do you spend? So we'll say in a 3-month period, how much do you spend? And they calculate it up, and they're like, probably $400. I'm thinking, wow, because they play every Friday night. Friday night. Friday Night Magic, and it's like, okay, that's $15. So every month, they spend about $60 just doing that. Okay, then do that every 3 months. Okay, $180. Oh, it's like, oh wait, I'm spending that on Friday Night Magic. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I played Friday Night Magic for many years. I played it. I loved it. I still love playing Magic when I get a chance. I just don't buy any new cards. So, when you think about, man, he spends an awful lot. Yes, I do. But this is really my only hobby. Like, I mean, I like to read books, but I read mainly public domain books. I like anime, but I don't buy anime anymore. I love board games, but I don't really buy board games anymore. And every so often I will buy a board game, but most of the time, if I want to do, I found it really cheap. I bought it in a clearance section of like a half-price books, or I found something, somehow I found it really cheap. That's the only time I buy board games anymore. No. Also, I haven't had much time to play them. So yeah, hobbies cost a lot of money. And you could really spend a lot of money on anything. I mean, if you really got into Magic the Gathering and you want to play Vintage and you want to buy the Power 9, I don't even want to think about that. I think that was around $10,000 for those cards when I was playing. I think it might be more expensive now. Then you have, oh gosh, what was some of the other things? It was just and cars and motorcycles and all that stuff. Yeah, or pinball machines. I'd love to have some pinball machines, but those are astronomical. That's more like, no. But anyways, sorry, got on a arcade thing because of John's Arcade. But hope you guys had a good day. Man, got back it's a first day back from a long vacation. It's a little difficult to get back into the swing of things, but I'll get there. Talk to you tomorrow.